Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another episode of Dorm Talks with Chris and John. I'm John, that's Chris. And today we are gonna give a preview for the NBA playoffs, which is in about like 2-ish weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, but starting to ramp up to it. Um, and yeah, and then we'll get to some of your questions. Chris, how we doing this beautiful Sunday afternoon?
They're too happy for me. I'm going back to bed in like 2 hours. No, I'm playing. We're doing good. We're doing good. Sundays are great days. Sundays are rest days. Sundays are nice. So it's a
Happy
good.
Palm Sunday.
But yeah.
Yo, speaking of Chris, the one chain you gave me with the cross,
Uh-huh.
I popped it yesterday, man.
How did you do that so quickly, dude?
I don't know. I feel I I wore yesterday, and then I was just like, I was freshened up. You put some set on. I was about to go out, and I like reached down, and then it just popped.
How did you do that? I like wear these things. I wear these things by the way to everything. Like I do. I go to the gym,
Listen,
basketball.
I
I,
coached and I like ran through drills with it on, and it was fine. It was in the bathroom, just like doing like just not doing anything, and then it popped. I was like, bro, what?
you are just astounding.
I was like, no way, bro. I was so upset because I was going out after, and now I had a naked neck. It was not ideal, man.
It's a terrible feeling.
It was it was bad. And I don't even wear chains that often, but I still felt, you know,
Fair enough.
naked.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Anyway, there's not really anything in terms of news. We had MLB opening day this week, which was pretty fun. I have yet to watch a full Phillies game because of work and other things. So hopefully today I'll watch it. But they've been doing okay.
Sorry.
I heard you watched that crazy game yesterday.
Yeah. Unfortunately. I
It was
love.
a very Phillies game.
Yeah. I thought the Sixers were going to lose in the same way too. I was just waiting for it.
And then I watched the Flyers that later in the night, and they were winning like 4-1 in the last period, and they almost lost it.
That's hilarious.
The other team scored like 3 goals in like 2 minutes. I was like, "There's no way, bro."
I love Philly sports.
It's really the bane of my existence. All right. So shall we go into our contenders versus pretenders going
Sure.
in to the end of the season and into the NBA playoffs? Um, do we want to start East or West? What are we thinking?
Let's start East.
Okay. Oh, one thing. Uh, NBA expansion. Thoughts real quick. Are you going to become a Seattle SuperSonics fan?
Absolutely not.
All right. All right. Well,
Absolutely not.
good enough. Are you going to become a Vegas fan? I
No.
don't know, man. Because last time there was an expansion team in the NBA or a relocation, you jumped them. So I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I don't,
All right. All right.
just saying.
Okay.
Chris is gonna. We were at the Sixers Thunder game, and you said you weren't a bandwagon. You were absolutely a bandwagon.
It was like 10. No, not even.
Right.
Like 9.
The Sixers were the worst team of all time then. And the Thunder were like could have been the makings of like a dynasty if the Sam Presti was like current day Sam Presti. Like that was just because you're a loyal bandwagoner and you stuck with that team doesn't mean you weren't a bandwagoner.
What we're doing here? Is that what we're gonna do here?
Yes.
Well,
100% a bandwagon situation.
fuck you.
Props to you for sticking through the rebuild and all that, but you know, just
Okay.
calling a spade a spade.
Okay. Sure. Well, you got me there.
All right. So we're starting in the East. All right. So we're gonna go down the standings, and then we're only talking about like the top few teams, so we could be here forever. Um, and just say, do they have a spot not to do well in the playoffs, but like win, hold up the Larry OB, or at least a conference championship trophy at the end of the conference finals this season, whatnot. All right, let's start with Detroit basketball. Cade Cunningham had a collapsed lung, and he's kind of like on a week basis being reevaluated next week. But right now they do not have him, but they are still holding on to first place in the conference. They have a 4.5 lead over Boston. Chris, how are we feeling about the Pistons?
That team is weird. I have them as both pretenders and contenders because obviously I got a lot of respect for them. They are the number one seed in the East, and they were the best team in the East like all season.
Yep.
But I do think they're a little sus. There's a couple things that worries me about that team. On streaky shooting going into the playoffs. Their offensive efficiency kind of worries me against those like better teams. And
Yeah.
and when I look at certain players on their team, like a Jalen Duren, like a Sarah Thompson, like I see guys, I'm like, none of them really give me that much confidence. But that might
Hmm.
at it from like an overall like standing thing and not like where they're playing. Like they're gonna be in the East, so outside of like two or three teams, like I think they'll have a pretty easy way to get into the Eastern Conference Finals anyways.
Yeah. That one seed's a big deal.
Yeah. So I think that's a big issue with the East. It's like whether or not I think these teams are like contenders, it's like I feel like they're gonna have a pretty easy like route to the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about matchups and being in the opposite. Like, so what you play, you're gonna play um either like Charlotte, Miami, or maybe Orlando, right? And that's Magic might steal a game or two. Heat or the Miami or Charlotte, I just don't. Charlotte, of course, is like a sneaky team, but I don't see him messing with anyone in the top there.
Yeah.
Maybe if like Cade's still like either hurt or not like fully himself, they could like maybe make it like a little interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then you go get like the 4-5 matchup, and it's Cavs or Raptors. Um, Maybe Cleveland makes it interesting. I don't know, but you don't really get like a challenge till you play like either New York or Boston. And I like them better a lot more than New York probably, just because defensively.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I probably have them as a contender, um, just based on Cade's health. Um, Cade was looking like one of the best point guards in the league. Obviously not one or two, but like really fighting for that three spot, I think. Um, and just really being the engine of that team offensively and defensively. And we've seen a breakout of Jalen Duren this year, and um, really making a well-rounded team. And then they just got solid role players. I I think they've like maybe the role players aren't as strong as they were last year. I don't know. But like they still got a good team around them. They're well coached, and I think if Cade's 100% good to go by the
Mhm.
time like 2 weeks rolls around or whatever it is, I could see them. I could see him beating everyone um in this conference with Boston being a little interesting, just
Right.
because with Tatum back and everything, and you know Boston's gonna be Boston. Um, so yeah, I'll go contender for Detroit, and you're kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, I'll go contender though. Like in the
Okay.
middle.
Um, Now let's talk about Boston. Um, I
Just
mean. Yes. How do you feel about Boston?
Um, Pretty good. You know, like with Tatum back like this early, especially like I remember we were thinking he wouldn't be back till the playoffs at best. So like having him back so quickly, like crazy. So it's like they kind of should be just the outright best team in the East. Um, I did see Jaylen Brown was listed on their injury report the other day, but as far as I'm concerned, that could probably just be rest going into the playoffs. Um, I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, well, if he's hurt, then it might be cookies for them. But if he is, then that kind of sets like a ceiling on that team right there. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
looking to
it
see what
said
this
he had a,
is.
Achilles injury, which could just be
Oh, I
like
did
this.
see that.
Yeah, so I'm
It's
not sure.
not a
It's
great
right.
part of the body to be managing.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, it doesn't seem like there's like too much concern around it.
Mhm.
Seems like something that could be managed at least. So, I mean, we'll see. He's been the driving force of that team for sure, and he's been like talked about as if he should be like in the MVP conversation, not like
Uh-huh.
as like a winner, but like should be like mentioned in the conversation, which I think is fine. I feel like one of the like safest takes to make is a good player and a good team should be at least mentioned in the sense of MVP. It's like I feel like we do that every year where there's like four or five MVPs and then MVP candidates, but there's really only between one or two.
Yeah.
Um, so if we wanted Jalen Brown to be in that conversation, sure, we we can bring up the name, but I mean,
I won't. Sorry.
I think we all know it's SGA.
Oh, no, apparently not.
I mean, who else would it be?
Apparently, Victor Wembanyama is having the
Oh,
craziest
that's right.
2 weeks of all time.
He's the most impactful player in the league. That's what they're saying.
I
And
saw them
yet
mess up
yet
his
people are
beat
putting him
this
at one
morning.
now.
So I don't know. Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like people just hate the Thunder.
yeah.
So already getting Thunder fatigue.
So I saw that defense on Taurean Prince was being posted everywhere. I was like, all right, I got it. I was like, okay. I was like, I see what's going on here. I see what's happening.
We cherry pick the stats now.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I don't
Man,
need.
Embiid dropped 70 on him. And Embiid's apparently not better than Wembanyama, so I mean, come on. Are you
But
taking Joel Embiid now but healthy over Victor Wembanyama?
taking a healthy Joel Embiid over everybody in the league except for like one guy.
And that's your guy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I love how you're not being biased now. I want the best player on my second favorite team to be everybody else except the player on my first favorite team.
Not
Oh
biased.
man.
Not biased at all. This is very unbiased opinions over here.
The
Very
thing about Chris
unbiased.
is he'll make takes and it'll come off as like, man, that is crazy and biased as hell. But also he won't give you the arguments like, but he's a flopper though. Like he'll actually give you like basketball points on why he's the best. Why is SGA overall better than Nikola Jokic? Like as an example.
Like I have a whole video on that, by the way, already.
Yes, go check it out. Give us the Cliff Notes
I'll
version.
tell y'all, it's the two-way play. It's the most efficient guard since 2016, Steph Curry. Greatest offensive like turnaround for a team ever. There's so many reasons why he's just far and ahead the best player in the world. Sorry.
All right. And Jokic has been kind of bad this year.
Yeah.
I
For
mean,
his
he's had a really good like last week or so. Um, and this is a good time to turn because I saw like some stats like in the last week or so he's averaging like 15 rebounds and 15 assists, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like, yeah, he's probably back. Um, but uh, but yeah, which is, I mean, we'll get to Denver for sure. Um, but yeah, so we have not talked about Boston once, I don't think, in the conversation. Um, um, uh, I feel like Boston, I mean, they are a well-rounded team. Although they've kind of like turned over a lot of roster spots in the past year, they've still remained deep. Um, they've done well making up for the center position. I mean, um, Hayda has been a revelation for them, kind of coming in right away, and then you add Vucevic to just like spread the floor and just add some offensive firepower to your front court. Um, I think all things considered, they've done a pretty good job addressing the center position. Um, and there's been rumors that they were going to do a lot more too. And they still might in the offseason. But I think speaking in the East, I think this team could beat anybody in the East, especially now, as you said, Tatum was supposed to be out up until maybe the playoffs and they were going to see. But now he's had a ramp up period, and now he's averaging 20, and he's gonna like keep ramping up and keep getting confident, and that normally only means you're gonna go up from there. So I think Boston's in a really good spot to contend this year, which is not something we anticipated. I mean, if you go to our standings predictions before the season, we had them like probably sticking around in the play and maybe sneaking into playoffs. But they are firmly in the 2 seed, and um, yeah, I could see them 100% going toe to toe with Oklahoma City or San Antonio or whatever. So yeah, I say Boston's a contender.
Yep. As long as they all stay healthy, and yeah, that's a contender.
Yeah, having to manage two different Achilles injuries is not ideal,
Right.
but um, we're just going off with what we know now, and the East doesn't. I mean, I think the East is better than it has been, but I still think a team like Boston should be able to handle itself.
Yeah.
All right, the New York Knicks.
Pretender.
Really? Speak on it.
Pretender. 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 That offense relies completely on Jalen Brunson making it happen every game. Um, I
Which is
think
kind of wild.
it's so funny because when you see a team with so much offensive talent, you think like, oh man, like their offense is like generational, like everybody's like cooking, stuff like that. But then you look at it, that team relies solely on Jalen Brunson. Having him and Cat out there as your two best players really hurts your defense, especially because Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby really aren't anywhere near as good as they used to be defensively.
As they're
Um,
being paid to be.
yeah, and especially Mikal Bridges, he just hasn't been good enough offensively for to even keep him on the court at times. I think their bench has been really good. I forgot his name. He was their undrafted rookie out of I think it was France. I forget his name.
Oh,
Good.
oh, I
I,
know who you're talking about.
I can't remember his,
Um,
but him, Jose Alvarado, like they've all been great off the bench. But and I do like Mike Brown as a better coach than Tom Thibodeau. Not gonna say
Da Diete? DA?
yeah, but I'm not a believer in that team come playoff time.
Miles McBride off the bench is also like, they got a nice little guard rotation with Jordan Clarkson, Jose Alvarado, Miles McBride. Like they got some firepower off the bench, but I think bottom line what you said, like you have all this money in that starting five, and if you put all that money in, and if your main offensive production has been from one guy, which is an undersized guard, granted he's a great player, but he is an undersized guard, and when you get to the playoffs, he's gonna have his heroic moments, but it really limits you, especially when you have guys that you've invested a lot. You just extended Mikal Bridges and you gave up 4 first round picks for him. I know that doesn't say much about this year, but like going on, of course. Um, OG, I think, is probably the most consistent front court player they have.
Mm.
I mean, Cat, of course, offensively, but Cat has had his struggle this year, um, as well. And like you said, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns uh led team that the defense is going to be a problem
Um, yeah,
with with that situation. And it's gonna really limit you, and you're gonna really struggle against big teams like Boston, and when you play like Detroit, when you play Philly, it's
yeah,
gonna be if the Phillies big three is playing like they're playing like they played last night, it's going to be a problem against the Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns defense.
that's a 5 game series right there.
You
Phil,
think? You think it's that?
yeah, they were getting worked by a one leg Joel Embiid last year and a much worse version of Tyrese Maxey.
So there's a chance that could be the first round series.
Yeah.
There's a very good chance it could be Knicks Sixers again.
hmm And
Um,
I'm sorry, but you just look at this Knicks team. I don't think they match up well against a lot of. That's a big issue. That like they just don't match up well against a lot of these like good teams in the East.
yeah, I think it's hard to match up well in this league today when your defense has the liabilities that it does.
Yeah.
You're just gonna struggle. Um, so New York pretender,
Yeah. I don't have faith.
pretender.
Um, I just wanted to bring something up.
Yeah,
Everybody I saw Knicks fans being all like, "Oh, they just barely lost to the Hornets." I mean, they barely beat the Hornets. You lost to that team like the other day.
and the Hornets aren't like
The Hornets are
if the
like
Hornets played like they have been end the year, the whole year, they would be like six,
firm
seven,
in
eight.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Like that's a good team right now. But
yeah.
yeah, Knicks are pretenders. I haven't believed in
M-
them
My
this
new favorite video is Tyrese Maxey laughing at Miles Bridges.
year.
Dog, that is
That was so fun. I thought they gave him a tech for that at first. I swear.
they can't. They we got Twitter accounts from all different teams. They're like, bro, that's so much aura, bro.
Just point and laugh, point and laugh. Kelly Oubre and Tyrese Maxey posters in the same game. Oh
Kelly
man,
Oubre, Hornets legend, yamming on him.
I love
Oh
it.
man,
I love my team.
they they really hurt me sometimes, but gotta love them. We probably went to like the last worst game of the Sixers season this year.
Yeah, they just so
We,
happen to be unfairly matched up.
we were rushing Dalen Terry like major minutes, man.
What's so funny? There was a certain way he just checks in and we're like, "Who is that?" When
I was like, well, that's Dalen Terry. I was like,
I
oh
was
man.
like, when did he get here? I don't remember him being here. I just don't
Like I
remember.
knew he got, but I forgot. I dead forgot we had him.
I was like, how
I was
did
like,
he get here? I haven't seen him all year. Guys, like all I get are Sixers games on here. I don't watch as many Thunder games as I do Sixers games. When did he get here?
oh man.
It was so funny to watch, man. I love it though.
I thought we were gonna get 40-year-old Kyle Lowry minutes, man.
I was
Really.
so sad we didn't. I wanted to see him. It's because we missed his birthday game, that's why.
Bro, when he hit that three, and the bed celebration, bro.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Oh, he's too old for that, man. Um, all right. Cleveland Cavaliers.
I want to call them pretenders because it's like it feels like every year we call them a pretender. But I do think that this is like their year. If they were going to make it, if they were going to make it happen, I do think this is the year.
Yeah, they had a lot of recovery to do from the rough part of the beginning of their year. But
Mhm.
I mean, you had James Harden. I feel like we stopped hearing about them like in the past like month or so.
Yeah. They went on that big win streak when they added Harden, and then we just stopped hearing about them.
Yeah, literally. It seems that's what happened. Um, but honestly, I think when you have like one of your best players is a well, your best player is a scoring guard like Donovan Mitchell, who's one of the best scorers in the league, period. Um, and he's having like an all-time season.
Mm,
Um, I feel like it makes, and I know we say this about Harden, we've said it before. It makes Harden's job easier in the playoffs.
yeah.
Um, and it's like we said about him with Tyrese Maxey, but I feel like if he was with Tyrese Maxey today, it would be a similar situation that I'm talking about now,
Mm,
rather than the Tyrese Maxey he was playing with 2 or 3 years ago, where he was still not at where he's at now.
yeah, where he didn't have
Right.
that ball creation like he did, like he does now. He's still that
Right.
ball guy.
So I feel like this is a situation where it would be like that minus an all-time great center.
Yeah,
But like you have Evan Mobley, you have Jared Allen, so you have some front court pieces. Um, and I see them as a contender in the East. I really do.
I do
Um,
too.
I I'm a big Donovan Mitchell guy.
Hmm.
I think he's if he can be healthy, it's health has been an issue for them. If he can be healthy, if they can be healthy in a playoff run, I feel like you can just expect a good a playoff performance from him throughout the playoffs. Maybe not Harden, but if Harden can at least facilitate and give him some some good looks, some good options, I I feel like you can have a chance to compete in the East.
Yeah, and especially because their first round matchup right now is against the Raptors. That's
Oh
a
yeah,
that's easiest first round they could get.
that's 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, that's a it's not even a first round series.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be fine.
All right, Cleveland, Philly. The last team we're talking about, we
This is
know. So I want to acknowledge Atlanta. Um, they've been on a streak. Jalen Johnson had a great year. I just don't think they have the pieces to compete. Jonathan Kuminga has been terrible, by the way.
yeah.
Um, like he got all this hype, and then it's like, oh man, he's actually awful. Um, uh, which I'm listen. You would have thought he was like a revelation for, but apparently not. Um, so Atlanta's been good. I just don't think they are. Um, they have the firepower to compete. The reason we put Philly on instead, so if Philly didn't have all their pieces coming back at the same time and giving some room to ramp up,
Mhm.
I wouldn't put them on here either.
No.
But the fact is, we're seeing Paul George off of 20 games rest, not for injury, but for like he had a lot of stuff going on. I feel like it's different than just taking PEDs, but that's a whole other conversation for another day. Um, he's had 20 games to get his body right, to get his mind right, to rest, and he's dropping 25 nightly,
Yeah.
which is not the Paul George we've had for the last year and a half.
Yeah. This is
So
we're
we
seeing
get this Paul,
actually healthy Paul George at this point. This
which
is
we've not seen in a Philly uniform,
yeah.
um, at all. And now we have Joel Embiid. I mean, he looks like he hasn't skipped a beat. I mean, and Tyrese Maxey is going to drop 25 nightly with all three back.
Yeah.
Without them, he's like 30. But now, can't do all the scoring. And VJ Edgecombe, I think he needed that time where he was just the guy. He had a week or two where he was the guy, and that just helps his confidence.
Yeah.
So when there's gonna be games where he needs to have that moment, and he's gonna have the moment. You got four guys, man.
We got four guys. The stats say this is one of the best clutch teams in the league right now.
Hmm.
OKC and LA. So like I trust this team. They have a we were talking about this last night. They have a nasty starting five they can close and start games with. Um,
Yeah, and their depth is like sneaky. Like it looks rough when you have your first four people out, so it's like you don't really know what you got. But like, I mean, Kelly Oubre has been good this year.
yeah.
Um, Dominique Barlow has been a really good addition. He'll get you those extra boards. He'll do the dirty work. Be when you talk about dirty work, you normally talk about like a small, scrawny player. That was getting, but Dominique Barlow is like a long forward.
Yeah, he's like
Um,
6'9".
right, like damn near could play some center minutes, which he might in the playoffs. Um, because I mean, our centers being Drummond and Bona, they could either be really solid or horrible.
I like Drummond right now because I do think his rebounding does help those non-Joel Embiid minutes not look as
Mhm.
bad as they have been for the past couple years. And
For
for some
sure.
reason, he's now a floor spacer. That was, I don't know how that happened. That was like the funniest development this year.
Corner three,
I was like,
corner three.
he's taking corner threes and making them at a high clip. I don't really know how that works. Um, but yeah, he's like looked good in his minutes. I do. Adam Bona probably isn't going to be playable in these playoff minutes,
Yeah,
honestly, just because he's like, I don't think he's coordinated enough at this point.
yeah.
Which,
He's pretty raw as a player.
but yeah, but like you were saying, the bench depth is good. Like Quentin Grimes is still good.
Yeah,
Like Barlow, I thought Jabari Walker was good in the beginning of the year. I don't really know why he doesn't get minutes at this point.
it's probably because of just having Oubre and Barlow,
Which I
um,
guess,
and
but
then Watford as well. Oh, and
oh yeah,
Justin Edwardson playing, and Justin Edwardson playing really, really well.
yeah.
Um, uh, Campaign has also like had some like weird, like really good games.
I don't
Do you know
know
what
why.
pisses me off? Imagine if this team had fucking Jeremy McCain.
I know. I was just thinking about that too. I was like,
Like,
man,
bro, it would be like, this is the team.
this
This
is
is the team.
like, man, imagine we had that 16 point a game efficient rookie of the year from last year just on the bench, you know.
That's unless we win it all, that's gonna be the thing is to be like, oh my God, bro.
You can
Because we
have
could have probably traded them Quentin Grimes for a similar package
you could have traded Quentin Grimes for anything better. Or you could have just kept them both. Quentin Grimes
and
wasn't
just not done anything.
Quentin isn't getting that big contract extension this summer. Like I do
He's
hope
not.
everybody knows that. Like he's played his way out of that. Like he's not getting that.
Right.
These fake March hoops that Jalen Green excels at. This isn't a $30 million year player.
No.
It's not.
He's gonna get like 20,
Yeah.
something like that.
Some team might sell high on him and give him like a something like that. But he's not.
Yeah. Some team will need scoring. Um, I could see like the Pistons doing something, but
Let's just keep taking all of our overrated players, man. I really hear.
sure. Um, so yeah, Philly contender. By the way, that game last night, Eric Collins, who I love, was
Uh-huh.
hating on Joel Embiid the entire night.
I love it.
And when he got that final block, bro,
I love it.
just
They
the
started so
sadness in his voice. He's like blocked by Joel Embiid.
I would
Like,
be
yeah,
too. It's like 20-1 against them. I would be too.
like, yeah, I would probably hate him, call him up free throw merchant too. That it's such a tired, like for anybody, it's like the free throw mer
I
it's
found it
so lazy.
no matter what I watch, my team gets called free throw merchants. I love it here. This is very fun.
I feel like every good player eventually gets called a free throw merchant at some point.
Except for the
Um,
ones that should, it feels like
right.
the ones that actually do like all the players that are really like free throw merchants, you don't see that talk about them.
How does Jokic not jump against the line a lot? Like, what are we?
That's what I'm like, yo, I know y'all. Do y'all watch Jokic play?
He doesn't jump and draws fouls. You know how hard that is?
I'm like,
His feet, both his feet have never been off the ground at the same time.
on the R's when he's like actively jumping on somebody. It's, he gets so like active to do that. It's so funny.
Or he's flying at a Morris brother to knock him out. Um, yeah, Philly contender.
Philly is a
Um,
sneaky contender.
Now I will ask of the East teams, how many could you see beating an OKC or like a San Antonio? Mainly OKC. Zero.
0 for OKC.
How many for San Antonio? I
2.
got two. Yeah, I got Boston and mm, two, maybe three. Boston, Cleveland, Philly.
I've got Boston and a fully healthy Philly.
Yeah. All right.
I think if I My only issue with them beating OKC is that neither of those teams have the bench depth to go
No,
make with them right now. They just don't.
no team has a bench depth.
They just don't have that bench depth. Like
Um,
this is a fully healthy OKC team, a fully healthy like J-Dub that's not playing like he's on one leg. Um,
and OKC could win a championship without J-Dub.
yeah.
And that's the scary part. And that's not a knock on J-Dub. That's just
Um,
saying they could.
yeah, and an OKC team where Alex Caruso isn't shooting 15% from three, where him, Kasai Wallace,
Sure.
or don't shoot 10% from three in these playoffs.
If they, the only path to them not winning and doing a scare like they did against Indiana is their shooting falls off again. Because I feel like the teams this year are better equipped, not much better, but better equipped to handle that. And I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like if they had a similar if OKC had a similar series that they did last year, this year, I feel like we're talking about a different thing. But like now you have AJ Mitchell, um, Cason Wallace, like getting better, like just like more depth in the bench. Of course, you have Jared McCain who plays so well, Hartenstein. I just like it's so much better. So I guess we're going to the West, talking about the Thunder. Obvious contender.
Yes, contender.
I don't know if there's anything else you want to say about the Thunder that hasn't already been said.
They are an obvious contender. I think clearly they're the best team in the league. They've been dealing with the second most injuries this year, behind like I
And
think Memphis right now. Um, and Memphis has been gutted. I feel bad for them.
Lord Jesus,
They've been gutted they've been gutted for like 2 years at this point. It's
it's
got
a sad state of affairs there.
it's gotten rough. But
Hmm.
okay, see, like their only real way of losing is J-Dub staying like hurt and they're shooting them out of a series. But the difference between this year and last year with that is that they have Jared McCain, Isaiah Joe, and AJ Mitchell. So that's just like three offensive engines right there that you can like kind of take yourself out of that slump. So
Yeah. Now, Isaiah Joe didn't get many minutes last year due to defensive reasons, yada yada. Do you see that still maybe being a problem, or like the fact that you have guys like Mitchell and McCain help kind of offset it?
I think it's different just because like it's also gonna be a matchup thing. That was the whole thing last year. Like we saw like for example, like we saw Isaiah Hartenstein played heavy minutes going into the finals and then played like bench minutes
Hmm.
finals. He was just out there for rebounding when Chet Holmgren would sit now. Or Jay Will, he played heavy minutes in the Nuggets series, but he played like nothing in every other series. So I think it's gonna be a matchup thing. Like if we play against a team with a lot of like bigger guards who are like physical and get to the rim a lot, like San Antonio, then Isaiah Joe and Jerry McCain aren't gonna see the floor as much. But against like everybody else, they're gonna be able to like play heavy starter minutes.
Yeah. I mean, we saw McCain have a really good start against Philly when we were there, and then get completely played off the floor.
Yeah,
Um, so I think that's the kind of thing they're going to see if they play a team like San Antonio, if they play a team like Philly in the finals, um, or players like that. We didn't see much of Isaiah Joe either.
yeah.
Um, so, but the fact that they have like multiple pieces they can play with and plug and play and still be okay. Um,
I kind of want to see
yeah.
Alex Caruso, Lou Dort, and Gassan's minutes kind of like watched as far as their offense goes because they've been really
Mm.
bad offensively.
Lou Dort is can be an issue, man.
He's been
And
really he's been terrible offensively. It's like
and
hard.
like his defense really keeps him on the floor because he's such a good defender.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my God, man. Like he couldn't put a fish back in the water. I mean, it's just like
It gets
it's
ugly.
yeah.
But he was like this last year too. The only thing was he had like, like we don't win that Denver series without him going for three threes. I think that was in
Yeah.
game five. Um, so it's just hard. It's just hard how Mark wants to manage his team right now. We're like running into the issue of okay, there's too many good players. So now I'm like, wait, what rotations
It's
do
like
I?
what's the right good players to play?
Yeah. It's like
because
who can catch fire and who isn't.
everyone has a very specific role, very specific thing they can do. So it's not as easy as a job as you would think it is.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm hoping J-Dub is like not terrible going into the playoffs.
Yeah,
By the time our
it's
second,
really like managing an Olympic roster,
yeah,
like essentially.
yeah. It's like one without all the egos. It's like now you just have
Right. You're just dealing with the talent part, but and there
yeah,
might be an ego thing too. I
yeah,
mean, you gotta think a lot of these guys off the bench would be starting on a lot of teams.
yeah,
Like a lot of them.
yeah,
So there's probably some of that, but the Thunder's a team that buys in pretty well. I mean, you can tell with
yeah.
the chemistry. Um, all right, Thunder contender, San Antonio Spurs. Very
Contender.
interesting team, but contender for sure. Um, they've matched up well against OKC, so obviously, um, that's not a matchup that the Thunder. That's probably the least matchup they won in the entire playoffs is against the Spurs. Just because of they don't match up well with Wemby at all.
Yeah,
Um, and he has an ability to elevate his team. The De'Aaron Fox addition has been so good for them. I mean, I mean, people really like have forgotten how good De'Aaron Fox is, and um, people still do forget because he's overshadowed being teammates um, with Wembanyama, and they have that sneaky depth. I mean, your guard depth, you got Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson. Um, I feel like Keldon Johnson's one of those players that like should have been traded 3 years ago, but now he's just there and he just like adds depth to him.
he's a
Um,
it's weird.
yeah, their front court depth is where it gets real shaky.
Mhm.
That's like, I mean, like you're looking at Champagny, Harrison Barnes, and then it gets like really like nothing.
Yeah, I think that could be an issue with like how little minutes they play Wemby in comparison to a lot of these other superstars going into the postseason. Because it's like, are you gonna ramp up his minutes to like 40 minutes a game? Or are you gonna like play this like front court against like better teams now?
Yeah,
So it's like that'd be like my main issue.
yeah, I could see them running into issues. That's why I wouldn't see them like I'd have a hard time seeing beating a few of these East teams.
Mhm.
Um, as we said, and I feel like OKC would beat them in a series, although it would be a very entertaining one.
Yeah,
Um, the yeah that front court depth is a little scary.
yeah. I think people are like I think people are gonna overestimate a lot of these like regular season series matchups too much
Hmm.
because like every year, like teams could like lose to the same team like four times in the regular season, then they just kind of like roll over them in the postseason.
Yep.
Like the only time I see that like happen and it kind of sticks is like Philly, Boston, and like Denver
Yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try not to like put too much into how these regular season games go by.
Fair enough. All right. Spurs contender. With some concerns.
Yeah.
Um, one of the more interesting teams, the Los Angeles Lakers. Luka's been on a heater recently. Not like a super difficult schedule, but he's been like dropping 40 a game. LeBron has seemed to accept his role
Mhm.
as not being the guy, and that's helped them in the long run, I feel like. Um, and then of course Austin Reeves being one of the best scoring guards in the league. Um, uh, not really an exaggeration anymore. Just being like probably the best third option in the league. And then, defensively, it is going to be what it is. But I feel like JJ Redick is a good enough coach where you can still win some playoff series. I just don't see him touching a Thunder or San Antonio.
Yeah. I think I think they'll be fine against most of these teams, as you said, but yeah, that streak, it's like you look at a lot of these teams and it's like, man, they haven't played many like super great teams
Yeah.
in that
And
streak.
I overall hate the schedule conversation in sports in general. Because I like winning games is winning games.
Mhm.
But I mean, we're talking they beat Rockets, Miami, Orlando, Detroit. They lost to Detroit. They beat the Pacers by 7. And they both scored 130 points that game. So defense is yikes.
Yeah.
Um, they beat Brooklyn, and then now they're playing Washington,
Yeah.
and they beat the Bulls before that, and the Bulls they also let drop 130 on them.
Yeah.
So it's like defense is bad, very bad.
Mhm.
Um, but I've heard this argument a lot, which I kind of get. It's like when you have a guy like Luca, he's the guy that can keep get you in any game, except when they're playing Boston in the finals. But but it's like if you have one of the top 5 guys in the league, it gives you a chance
Yeah.
every night. Um, that's just how playoff basketball works. Where those things matter. But so I guess I put him in contender. I think it's definitely matchup based
Yeah. I think, and especially how good they played in the clutch. Like, I'll give that to them too. You know what I mean? Like, they had them one of the better clutch teams in the league.
for sure, which makes sense. Um, Shout out Luke Cornett. Um, lots of white boys on that team.
Luke Kennard, Luke Cornett.
Did I say Luke Cornett?
Yeah, you definitely did.
That's crazy. Luke Kennard is definitely what I meant. Luke
What
Cornett is on the Spurs, and he's a center.
do you think of
Um,
Alton Connect over there, man?
no, I was talking about
I
Luke
know.
Kennard.
Like, oh
I'm
man, just mixing players together
They're all white, okay? I don't.
now.
They all look the same. Um,
There's a lot of
all right.
team actually. How did you say it?
There's the They
So,
also got Jake LaRavia. It's crazy, man.
Drew Timme.
Um, Denver Nuggets.
Oh man, this is a weird team.
Jokic is playing a lot better. I know the whole Cam Johnson thing hasn't panned out the way that envisioned. Um, their offseason looked like they could have one of the deepest teams in the league. They've been just kind of shaky, but you have Jokic starting to ramp up and play really well. And similar to what I said about Luca, you have one of these guys on your team, you're gonna have a chance every night. So I put him as a contender, probably the third contender in the West. I probably have him. Um, and but I don't have him over San Antonio or the Thunder. I could see him beating. I could see a world where they beat San Antonio in a series though. Um,
That's fair.
but yeah, I say Nuggets are a contender, just not as strong as they were like last year.
Yeah, they're a weird contender because it's like they pass. Because I remember we were talking about this, where I'm like, they lose to the second round one more time. I'm gonna start having some conversations about this team, but I don't know. It feels weird. It's felt like they haven't played that great in the clutch against a lot of these like good teams, like
Hmm.
consistent thing. And we were just talking about that bench depth, like especially in the offseason, we're like, yo, this team's like super deep now. Half this bench is like unplayable in the big moments. Like
Yeah,
Jonas Valanciunas is unplayable in the in a playoff series.
which is crazy because like that was the big thing for me. Like, man, they got a decent backup center, which they haven't had ever.
But it's like, no, they still got another guy that's gonna farm Jokic's on and off numbers because he's just horrible. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like the thing with him is he's like one of those centers where it was like, oh, all offense, no defense that we're kind of moving away from because it's not sustainable as a big
Hmm.
unless you're like a generationally good offensive player. Um,
Which you gotta be really good to be to be a center with that kind of like your offense has to be unreal.
yeah,
Vucevic is like the worst you could be. I
yeah,
feel like.
yeah. So it's like it's like a lot of their depth outside of their top three, their depth is like real questionable. You know, Like I think Peyton Watson was doing really good
Hmm.
injury. But yeah, as we said, Cameron Johnson, he's been like iffy. Christian Brown, like again, overpaid. Uh
You don't like Christian Brown, man. You're not a Christian Brown guy.
I don't know. I don't like he just doesn't do much for me that tells me like, oh, this is a great piece. You
Yeah.
can't um like you see teams consistently put like their bigs on him because they know they can just like sag off of him. And he knows it.
Hmm.
Um yeah, and he's also just not a good enough defender. Like this is like watching a more athletic Lou Dort who's just not as good defensively.
That's rough.
Yeah,
It's
oh, but it's
a
like
rough comp.
I just think there's better players for the Nuggets right there at that position. But I'll still give them the respect. They still got Jokic. Jamal Murray's having a career year.
He's having a great year.
And healthy Aaron Gordon's still like one of the best third options in the league.
He can no longer go down as the best player who's never made an All-Star game, though.
Yeah, it's too bad. He's just gonna be one of
Like at
the.
that point, I'd be like, "Don't put me in." Like we're like almost 10 years into this. Don't put me in, man. I need this title.
That's funny. You're like that's like. It's funny.
See, bro, I had it in the bag, dude.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna run into some real issues past round one. Yeah, like shoot, if they have to play the Timberwolves round one, they might not make it out of the first round. Like I don't know how I feel about them
Let's
playing.
talk about the Timberwolves, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Are we putting Nuggets contenders or pretenders? Contenders.
Contenders.
All right. Yeah, we'll give them it. We'll give them it. We'll come back into playoffs though.
All right, so last two teams, Rockets and Timberwolves.
Do you want to talk about the Timberwolves or you want
Let's talk about the Timberwolves first.
to? I think
Um,
I think they're still contenders.
could you see them in the finals?
It would. I don't think they could beat OKC and San Antonio in the same run, so that'd have to be a no.
Their guard situation scares the life out of me.
Like that's a scary like if they only had to play one of them, I think they still probably wouldn't make it to the finals. I think they get kind of outmatched by either of them. But
And they
I think they're also like legitimately better than every other team here though.
would you take them over Denver?
I think I would take them over every other team here, yeah, including Denver.
Okay. I think they also have a Gobert problem
Yeah,
where Gobert is so important to their team because of what he does defensively. Like genuinely one of the best defenders of all time.
yeah,
Um, but that's never been a conversation for me, right? The conversation is like what you can do because they can be very weak outside of him defensively that
yeah,
you can kind of like I mean, we saw the Trey Man series. We saw the Trey Man game. Um um Trey Man or Terrence Man. Terrence the Clippers series.
yeah. We know what you're talking about. We know what
Yeah, we know okay.
that
Um
series did wonders for Rudy Gobert's PR.
yeah. And it's like it wasn't 100% his fault. It was the teamwork. But like when he has to play ISO ball on the perimeter and you can move him to do that, then you're in a great position to win. And I mean, we've talked about Rudy Gobert's offensive game. Just
Yes.
I mean, bricks for hands.
Really bad.
Um, and it's like yeah. So you're gonna see a lot of Nas Reed Gobert minutes, um, which is just a brutal matchup. But you kind of also have to do it because you need front court scoring.
Yeah.
Which you lose not having Cat, right? Um, and why is Julius Randle listed as a center on Google?
Is he? Wait, hold up.
Yes.
Oh my God, he is.
Well,
He is center.
known center Julius Randle.
We've seen just Julius Randle center minutes. Let me
I,
see.
I don't I don't recall ever seeing him play center, but maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know.
Hey, maybe you're not an elite.
May- Maybe I'm not locked in enough.
You're not like
Let
that.
us know. Have you seen Julius Randle center minutes?
Have you
Because
seen this man? It's just,
have you seen center Julius Randle?
oh man.
Um, We also talked about the guard situation. Dante DiVincenzo, I mean, um, like he's like super hot and cold. Um, and then Ayo DeSumo has been
He's been
a
really
good a good addition for him, I think. Um, but I think not really what they needed in terms of what they needed as a guard position. They ended up trading Mike Conley, bring him back, but like Mike Conley can't have playoff minutes. We saw that last year was bad.
yeah.
It was bad. And of course, Jaden McDaniels has been super, super good. So he does help your front court, um, defensively and offensively. Um, they don't got KD, but they got Jaden McDaniels. And then Anthony Edwards is going to make. He's one of those guys that's going to turn up in the playoffs. Um, I don't know if I like him better than Denver
Mhm.
just because of their weaknesses. Um, but also I think they match up well against Denver
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think they just match up super well against these teams. Like, and I think their offensive firepower, like, yeah, outside of Rudy, like Rudy is bad, but outside of him, like their offensive firepower is like, I think they can be good. They can be
Yeah.
really,
Julius Randle had an okay playoffs last year,
yeah. That's
which
what
he kind of rewrote the narrative for himself.
but then
Um,
like they got kind of like dogged on by OKC, but up until then they were just kind of like mowing through.
yeah.
So I think they'll be fine, you know. Like, but it's gonna kind of be like what's happened in the past couple years. They're gonna like get matched up against whoever goes on to the finals. They're gonna just get mowed over. But I think they're like comfortably the best team out of the rest of these guys, though, outside of that big two.
So you have him as three?
Yeah.
All right. Houston Rockets. Go check out Chris' videos on Houston as well.
Pretender with a capital P.
Oh wait, for Timberwolves, so you say contender?
Yeah, consider. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have Timberwolves as a pretender, but could get good matchups and maybe make it to the conference finals.
It would just feel wrong to call out Lakers a contender and not them. Like I just feel like this is a better team looking at them.
That's fair. That's fair. Um,
Like
all
I
right, Rockets pretenders. You have them as pretenders. I would agree. But go ahead on your little spiel. But do watch Chris's video.
pretender. This team is rough. This team is really rough. I am very low on
Yeah.
I'm very low on Sengun. I am not high on him. I don't think he's a baby Jokic. He lacks the touch, he lacks the scoring.
And
Is
he's not better than Embiid for
yeah,
Con.
he's just really not. Um, I just don't think he's that good. KD is still great, but he does have his limitations, and I think this team is not built around like his limitations right now either. There's still
No.
streaky shooting on this team. There's outside of like three guys they just can't shoot. Um, and they can't even like really go into like their whole size matchup thing because their center depth outside of Sengun is like just not good enough to do that. Like losing Kiwi and Fred VanVleet in the same all season like that is just terrible for this team.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, they're just not
It's
good.
such a weird roster.
Yeah, they don't have a like Reed Shepherd's been pretty good in the whole like they have to kind of make him their like point guard thing.
Hmm.
Like shout out to him. He's been pretty good with them. And whenever he starts, they're like a better team,
Yeah.
even though they don't want to like agree with that and start him more. Um, but no, this team doesn't have a real good enough playmaker. Their offense takes too long at times, and when they're not like when Saudi isn't catching fire, I just don't believe in his offense against the defenses that are going to face in the playoffs. Like they'll cook any of the bottom feeder, like Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, Warriors, somebody, whenever, whoever of them, like they are clearly better than, but they're not going to play them. They're going to
Yeah.
have matched up against the Lakers first round, and which we just saw they got dogged on, and that's not a good matchup for them.
No.
Uh, yeah, that's just not a good enough team right now. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I think I think this Fred VanVleet injury hurt them more than like we even like predicted it would.
Yeah, them
Um,
not going after one of these cheaper point guards on the market at all is just crazy to me.
it's so stupid.
That was just negligence. That was like that's a fireable offense in my eyes.
I agree. You cannot waste these seasons, man.
Can't
You
waste these.
cannot.
KD's like 37, dude. You cannot be out here pretending like this is OKC KD or anything.
Right.
Like your team isn't good enough for you to just say, "Oh, we don't need him." Oh, I don't think this is a good team.
And I don't think we can say KD's like the talk about KD the same way we were talking about Ant or Luca as being like if you have these guys who can win every night. Because I just don't think he's at the spot where if he's not completely built around properly that you can like ride him to winning a series.
Yeah,
So I just I don't I don't see a path for them at all. It's kind of rough.
no, it's fair. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think this team just isn't good enough. They're not built well enough. They're not. Yeah, I thought Edmund Thompson was going to take that lead. That was on me. That was on me, fast. I
I don't think that was a bad um
that was on me.
projection either.
He's like physically incapable of shooting. That was me. That was my fault. Sorry
It's
about
like there's gonna be the Ben Simmons comparisons, but Ben Simmons like legit didn't need to shoot.
that. Yeah. Well, until
And
the
this is the thing. And this is a situation where it would be really nice if a man could shoot, but
would be.
because he also can't play point guard. Um, at least not to the level that Ben could. But
Sorry, Ime. You don't have a point guard right now, bro.
oops, no point guards. Oops,
Yeah.
all forwards.
Oops. Oops. Oh, really bad.
Oops, all off ball.
Oh man. Oops. It's just a bunch of players that can't pass the ball and can't shoot. Oh man.
Can't basketball, can't shoot. They can't play basketball. Yet.
This is
Oops,
like
all not basketball players.
fucking Josh Giddey pre-draft weaknesses thing. It's
I'm
just
looking at a roster that has Aaron Holiday, bro.
uh, that's a nasty team. Not in a good way. I don't
My,
believe in this team at all. Yeah, I don't believe in them at
all
all.
right. Well, that is our contender and pretender list. Um, Let us know how much y'all hate what we did or love what we did. Are you ready to get into some of these questions and get out of here?
Absolutely.
All right. So we have three from the Instagram, and someone submitted a new one from our TikTok a while ago. And I thought it was a pretty good one.
TikTok.
Um, all right. Um, from our guy Tone, who do we have winning March Madness? Now, I probably have Michigan, but I have not been able to follow March Madness as much as I wanted to.
Mhm.
Um, just because of like life. But I for sure have for the men Michigan winning.
Yeah, I have Duke winning. Um, I just know my bracket is like horrible. Like
I haven't even looked at it.
bracket's terrible, dude. Yeah, I think I have the worst bracket in my group right now. It's ugly. It's getting ugly over there.
Um, Women today, Notre Dame and UConn play. That's gonna be a great game.
Who do I have winning the women's one?
I have UConn winning for sure. I'm a Gamecock fan through and through, but
Yeah,
I'm also realistic, and I don't think South Carolina matched up with UConn at all.
uh,
Um, Also Texas, I could see winning. Um, I I could see Texas going to the final. I don't see um I don't see anybody beating UConn. AZ Fudd, Sarah Strong, like they've won like 52 games in a row. It's not good, man. Shout out to
yeah,
Duke for the buzzer beater against LSU. That was crazy. Um, but yeah, so men I have Michigan, women I have UConn.
yeah, yeah. Duke and then I probably have UConn actually. I need to. I don't need to
All
check.
right.
I'm not an idiot.
Um, do you have any expectations for the Phillies this season? This is from Billy, my brother.
I always do.
Um, yeah, I've decided that I was probably a little too harsh, and they probably stack well in the National League better than I anticipated because I could see them being the second best team to the Dodgers again. Um, I think Atlanta has too many injuries and whatnot. I think the Mets are really going to run into a pitching problem. And I think Philly, if we can figure this offensive thing out, which I think they can, um, I think their pitching is going to be there. And I think Zach Wheeler looked really good in his minor league rehab assignment, and I think they're going to be right in it. And they'll have a chance. I'm not holding my breath, but they're going to be in the mix for sure. Um, okay, so this one question kind of mixes with the question I got from TikTok. So, history behind the diamond. I'm now in a baseball fantasy league with a bunch of baseball creators. Um, it's an 18 team league, dog. It is brutal. It is brutal.
I know that
Um,
draft was getting rough, yo, after like the first round.
dude, it was tough. I- because I would draft guys and then they wouldn't make the major league team the next day. And I was like, no way, bro.
Was it a snake
I
draft?
what was that?
Was it a snake draft?
Yes.
God,
I had pick 17, bro. I like it was brutal. Um
so fun. That's so ugly. I can't imagine being like that 18th pick. You're like, oh, I get to pick twice. I know there's nobody to pick though.
I got Junior Caminero with my first pick. He did really well in the WBC and he had 40 home runs last year, but we'll see. I drafted Pete Armstrong, the center fielder for Chicago,
Uh,
who's like a rising star, but he's had negative points in the first two games. I said I'm ready to trade him for a hearty handshake, guys. Like anybody, get
guys,
this get this blonde guy off my team, bro.
oh, that's fun.
But anyway, um, so Billy asked what our favorite, like what's good Philly memory have, a Phillies memory we have, and then history behind the diamond says what's your favorite baseball memory with a relative. He said I grew up an Angels fan with a great grandfather. I was very fortunate enough to watch the Angels win the 2002 World Series. Man, you old, bro. I was born in 2002. You were watching the
Didn't
win the
even
World Series in 2002.
you. I want you to know, by the way, half this podcast wasn't even alive yet.
And the world, like
Wait,
I was what, like I was like 5 months old, 6 months old.
yeah, you're old as dirt, dude. How are the dinosaurs, dude? I'm surprised
um,
you forgot how to listen to us, man. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
hey, it's
I'm
all
playing.
love, bro. It's all love.
It's all love. It's all
Send
love.
it to you, bro.
No, I'm playing. All love. But
Oh my God. If I ever try to make a trade with him in fantasy, this is gonna be a tax, man.
I know I do.
Um, um, all right. So that's an awesome memory, though. I was like 6 when the Phillies won the World Series in 2008, and I like have memories watching the celebration of that. Um, so that's definitely a big thing. Now this could be we can make this baseball memory, sport memory in general. Um,
Uh, I'll keep it baseball. I don't
okay.
have any with relatives. Yeah, no. It was mostly with like people I know. So like I think I talked about when I got my Jimmy Rollins shirt signed before when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
That's always like pivotal
J
memory.
roll.
Pivotal memory. I have my J rolls. I think it was like J rolls like kids. It says it on his shirt. I just don't remember where I put it.
Mm,
So I have that. Um yeah, I don't have much with relatives because I wasn't really in a baseball family growing up.
yeah.
Definitely say that. Uh
Um, yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah. I think my first like memory of like when I got into baseball was watching the World Series with y'all, I think. So,
We we went the World Series, the last game of the Houston Philly series
mm,
was it was London's birthday. We were celebrating it, and then we went back to her dorm
and one.
and watched it. And then I think we watched an old Thunder game after because we were trying to like.
So I had a good time.
I think I didn't talk for like 30 minutes straight. I just sat there. I was like, that stupid Jordan Alvarez home run, bro.
I was like,
Um,
man, I know though. I'm like thinking, I'm like, can't imagine how heartbreaking after that run to get to the World Series, how heartbreaking it was to just lose it, man.
yeah, it was even worse like the way they lost the previous year. Um, but favorite memory for me, I think, I had something and then I lost it, but um, my dad's favorite pitcher of all time was Steve Carlton. One of the best lefties of all time, the best lefty pitcher of all time. My dad got to meet him. My dad got to go to a clinic with him. I got to meet Steve Carlton when he was like telling one of his drunk stories, and he was just started talking to me, and I was like, I have his autograph somewhere. I really need to find it because
Mhm.
he's a Hall of Famer. Um, uh, and he told my dad, and my dad threw like a girl. So like my dad modeled his pitching after him. He's like he pitches because of Steve Carlton, and then like I couldn't imagine like my favorite player of all time is like Chase Utley. And if I do like a clinic with him and he said, "Man, you suck at second base, dog." Like I'd be like, "Oh man."
That's a candidate right there, yeah. It seems like
Yeah, I was like
series of my
that
life.
that still traumatized my dad to this day.
That's funny.
Um but yeah, shout out Lefty.
Oh, I just remembered it.
I what's that?
K-Roll's Aces. Sorry. I just remembered it.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, my fault. Awesome.
What was that? I feel like I'm gonna like kick myself because I'm like forgetting something. But yeah, meeting I met Darren Dalton and got his autograph like a year before he passed away.
Mm.
Um, he died of cancer, so he was pretty young. But I actually annoyed him because um I was like taking forever to find the picture I wanted signed.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, come on, kid, I don't got all day. And I was like sprinting. And then so yeah, but he was a nice guy, I just annoyed him. So completely respect it. Um, but yeah, I also just London got me a John Kruk shirt and I got that signed.
Oh,
And John Kruk's the funniest guy in baseball and like the signature is like so like loosey goosey just over like one of the random letters. So it's not even like it's so sloppy. I'm like, this is the perfect John Kruk autograph, man.
yeah.
Um and he said it was a bad idea that I had a shirt that said John Kruk is my spirit animal. He said that's you didn't raise him right, man. Um so yeah. Also, Reese Spike, I've said a bunch of times. Watching the Phillies win the World Series. Um, uh, Going to see Jim Thome hitting a walk off on my birthday. Seeing that live. Jim Thome, Hall of Famer. Um, so yeah, those are some good ones for sure.
Mm.
Um, I used to go to baseball games with my dad all the time. So always big memory there. Um, and finally. What are some of the best items you ever got in like a crazy sale? It could be sports items, anything.
I don't know. If I talk about how many Transformers I've gotten on sale, I'm gonna like cry. Um, there's a couple.
What was the biggest steal you gotten?
There's a big one that I got for like, I don't know if you could see it from here. It's the tallest one up there on the very top.
Is that Optimus Prime?
Yeah, I got him for like $50. That thing is
Oh
like
snap!
$250. I have no idea how I did that.
Dude, me and London met Phoenix's friend yesterday,
Oh
and he also collects Transformer toys,
God.
just like you. He said I got a good deal. It was like $120. Like, oh my God. Like it's another crit. They're like, holy shit, bro. Um, but yeah, um, I think that's all we got today. Um, and we're
Well,
gonna
you didn't
go
answer the
enjoy
question.
our what?
Did you answer the
I I didn't answer the question. That's a good point.
You didn't answer the question. Don't put me on blast about my hobby. You answered the question, dude.
What was something I bought on sale? Um,
You're not getting out of this.
I bought a lot of jerseys on sale. Like that's how I've been obnoxious jersey collection.
Mm.
I mean we've seen I got the what the Tiffany Hayes Atlanta Dream. Um, this was like for $7. So that was pretty nice. Dang, I don't know. Um, because like I will buy things on a sale. I just don't know what's the best thing I got. I have to think on that one. I don't know. I don't have a great answer. I got I got this the Tony Stark gauntlet for a pretty good sale.
Okay.
This is probably one of them because like Lego sets are really expensive, and that one I got for like $50 off. So I would say that's up there. All right, now we appreciate you guys watching. Let us know what you think about our contenders versus pretenders list. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Wow. And me and Chris got some solo videos out on our respective channels on Media Yaps for Chris and Straight Up Sports for me. And check them out. Show them some love. I appreciate the love on my women's basketball videos. I posted one, got like a bunch of views, and posted a baseball one like a few days after and got zero, and it's still at zero. So shout out to my women's basketball fans who always show up for me.
I love
I
hearing
appreciate
y'all go
y'all.
to. I love it here. It's so fun.
I appreciate y'all so much, man. Baseball fans, y'all suck. Um, y'all suck, man. Help me out. Help a guy out. All right. Just kidding. But we will see y'all
All
next
right.
week. I'm not kidding at all. I hate y'all so much.